get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Where you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
Now that's a great play defensively, and one thing we do know, both of the corners are going to face a lot of action in this game. The way that offense likes to fling it around.
The safeties, they better be ready to be engaged as well. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Incomplete to open things up. He was trying to hit his big receiver, Brandon Marshall, and now it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Again, they were targeting Marshall there, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check 50, check 50. Right, easy. Check 51, check 51. Shotgun. 95, 95. Right.
From the shotgun, Wilson looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Always got some breathing room. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Dorian O'Daniel, third-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Wilson on second down. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Hey, easy. Check 51. Check 51. Right left. Right left.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He may try it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And connecting here with DJ Shark. That one goes for 24 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Hitchens leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his big target, Brandon Marshall. And that'll make it 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
14. Tempo. Be alert.
Third and long. It's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now here comes Kansas City. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll toss it to Hunt. And now running right through it. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, Wilson rolling to his right. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. Marshall, the intended receiver.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now Mahomes. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Wilson now, operating from the gun, escaping the pressure right. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Penny, a 1st down carry, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
95, 95.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. They were looking for Marshall that time. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A toss play to Hunt, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got him in. Complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DJ Chark, 77 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. He was trying to hit his big receiver, Brandon Marshall. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Penny. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
There's a give to Penny, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Right, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Here I come. 19. 19. Green inside. Be alert, be alert. All right, T, let's go. All right. Green inside.
Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. Now Wilson on first down. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check 51, check 51. 14. Shotgun.
On first down, Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 24. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. Marshall, the intended receiver. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. On second and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. On third down, it's Hunt. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like he heard a whistle or something that stopped his swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
Check 50, check 50.
They begin with a run by Penny, and some room to work. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Shotgun.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by David Anderson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor. They go play fake. Mahomes. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. From the gun, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 49 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31.
Check 50, check 50.
A handoff to Penny. Finding room to the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out to kick is Janikowski. This one fielded at the 5. Bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They give him a gain of 38. Mahomes now on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the run, this is Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mahomes now to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And the kick by Butker is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So he missed his first couple hits there and puts his team up by more.
And while it wasn't absolutely crucial at that point, how great is that for his confidence to finally put one through the post?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
4 down, 4 down. One's left.
Now Rashad Penny, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Let's get it. Run left.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's go get it, baby. Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Thomas. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And out come the Chiefs now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it. The Chiefs on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Hill. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes to throw once more. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
The handoff, running left is Penny. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They run again with Hunt. It'll be a pickup of 16 and the Chiefs' first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now it's Hunt. And he stopped immediately there. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Ready! Blue 45! Blue 45!
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Here's Hunt. And he will yardage back to the 34-yard line.
That's something big.
The Chiefs on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
After the incomplete pass here now.